Welcome to today's episode of Global Insight, where we delve deep into the events shaping our world. I'm Alvin, your host, here to guide you through a significant and somber story unfolding in Venezuela, one that underscores the unpredictability of nature and the resilience of humanity in the face of disaster. In recent days, Venezuela has been struck by a catastrophic series of two earthquakes, resulting in the tragic loss of 188 lives and injuries to over 1,500 individuals. This devastating natural disaster has left communities in ruins, with dozens still missing. It's a moment that has captured the attention of both global leaders and international organizations, marking it as one of the most consequential natural disasters in recent Latin American history. To appreciate the full gravity of this situation, we must first understand the context in which these events have occurred. Venezuela, a nation rich in natural resources, has been grappling with prolonged political instability and economic challenges. This backdrop has significantly hampered its capacity to respond effectively to such disasters, making international support not just beneficial but essential. The earthquakes have compounded existing vulnerabilities, revealing stark gaps in the country's infrastructure and emergency preparedness, which were already under strain. The scope of the destruction and human suffering has prompted an overwhelming humanitarian response from the international community. The Red Cross has swiftly facilitated the delivery of 40 tons of humanitarian aid from Panama, reflecting a rapid mobilization of resources. The Vatican has extended its support with an initial contribution of €100,000, while the European Union has activated civil protection mechanisms involving member states like Spain, Italy, and the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, the United States has announced a substantial aid package worth $150 million, directed toward bolstering emergency operations and supporting efforts by international agencies such as the United Nations. This crisis has also led to a notable diplomatic development. The United States has temporarily lifted certain sanctions on Venezuela. This strategic move aims to facilitate the flow of humanitarian aid and resources necessary for effective rescue operations. It's a rare shift in policy, underscoring how the urgency of humanitarian needs can transcend political divides, at least momentarily. The human cost of this disaster is immense. Among the deceased are 2 Spanish citizens, while 80 others remain unaccounted for. Tragically, a Venezuelan embassy worker in Caracas and his wife have also lost their lives. These personal losses bring the tragedy into sharp relief, reminding us that behind the statistics are stories of individuals and families grappling with profound grief and disruption. Looking ahead, the implications of this disaster are multifaceted. In the short term, the focus remains on providing immediate relief and ensuring the safety and well-being of survivors. However, the longer-term challenges are substantial. This event has the potential to influence diplomatic relations, reconstruction policies, and regional cooperation on disaster preparedness. It also raises critical questions about how Venezuela will address its infrastructural vulnerabilities and enhance its resilience to future natural calamities. Moreover, the international aid effort could set a precedent for how global powers engage with politically complex environments in the face of natural disasters. It presents an opportunity to reassess and perhaps redefine the parameters of international cooperation, emphasizing the notion that humanitarian needs should always take precedence over political considerations. As we conclude today's analysis, it's important to reflect on the broader lessons this tragedy imparts. It reminds us of the delicate balance between human development and natural forces, as well as the imperative for robust and adaptable emergency response systems. It also highlights the interdependence of nations, where collective action and solidarity can make a profound difference in addressing crises that transcend borders. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Global Insight. As always, stay informed, stay engaged, and let us continue to support those affected by this tragedy with our thoughts, our voices, and where possible, our actions. Until next time, I'm Alvin, wishing you a thoughtful day ahead.